What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to another Epic 7 video. We do have the Lone Wolf Peira, which I did want to watch this with y'all, even though we got to see her full skill set on the website on Stove the other week. But I do want to watch the preview with y'all, and we're going to skip through the 1-minute summary. It was actually like a 45-second summary. There wasn't really anything new in there that we already haven't seen. But just some quick news this Friday, hopefully. I think we are on schedule to get the balance patch preview. So not only Lone Wolf Peira this week, but also a balance patch. So a pretty good week for Epic 7, hopefully. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and check this out. I'm very excited. Let's check this all out together.
You dare block my way? A bunch of Sunday drivers.
Sunday drivers. All right, that looks kind of weird.
With me backing you up, losing ain't an option.
Oh, that looks sick, though. All right, I like that.
Up with me?
Guys, we don't do we even need to talk about the kit? I think just that animation plus how she looks, it's already a must pull. The kit is also absolutely insane, but hopefully we get a little more info and we can talk more about the kit. But before that, quit yapping. Let's go ahead and see. Let's go let the narrative take over and see what the backstory is about.
Lone Wolf Peira was formerly the vice captain and mechanic of the Silent Expanse biker gang. After one event led to another, she cut ties with the Silent Expanse and is now acting independently.
Okay.
However, rumors are that despite her newfound disdain for Nata's gangsters, if they cross paths with her with their
I like that
electric
expression.
bike, she'll still patch it up before leaving. Meanwhile, a few stragglers from Sura, now tarnished since Hwayoung's retirement, are hot on her trail.
The sprite looks great
Peira
too.
and her personalized bike always leave them in the dust.
The running animation is just okay, but that's never been
Lone
like a
Wolf
strong
Peira
suit.
is a
All right.
5-star dark
We'll take over from here, guys. We did know she was a Dark Warrior. We know she's 121 speed, so you can build her like as an opener pretty fast. Same speed like Conqueror Lilius. The fact that she's a warrior, though, I wonder, we'll see all the different types of builds. The most obvious one, right, is to use her as an opener with a lot of dark units. You get all those buffs. But let me not get ahead of myself. Maybe some of y'all didn't watch or read the last week's, the other week, Lone Wolf Peira reveal on the skills. So we'll go take it like we usually do, step by step. So let's go ahead and jump straight into the skill 3. Hound the Indolent. Am I saying that right? Dispels 2 debuffs from all allies before granting Rampage to Dark Elemental allies for 3 turns. 8-turn cooldown, but we get -3 after skill enhance. Right, so 5 turns. Rampage will give speed and evasion. Speed is so powerful. And then evasion, while 20% is nothing to scoff at, don't forget a lot of dark units either have some built-in evasion via passives, via like skill 3 activations, buffs, artifacts. Units like Bloodblade Corinne. There's a lot of stuff, especially if you look at the meta dark units at the moment. Grants swift attack to all allies except for the caster as well, and then grants an extra turn. So this skill just in itself is just so very powerful. It's just so much power caked into one ability. I don't want to really claim, guys, how strong she'll be moving forward, but I do just on paper, I do think she's almost like obscene levels of power. Hopefully there are ways to, combat this besides just banning her. And hopefully, it's not that bad, but just what I'm already envisioning, Pairas out there are just going to run wild. But only time will tell. We'll get to test her in RTA and all that this week. So we have the skill 3. Let's go and check out the animation again. I got to see that S3. They always kill it with the art, with the skill 3 cutscenes, and this one is beautiful.
elemental allies for 3 turns.
Let me mute this for now also. I'm not a big fan of this intro part with the blue and orange. To me, it looks like it's made in like PowerPoint, but the rest is awesome. Like this part here, not to be overly critical, but yeah, that part looks this part looks cool, that transition. This, obviously, she looked great herself. And then whatever this in the background, that engine, is that a bike engine? That's like revving in the back. Holy, very cool. So they're actually running Border Coin too, which is what a lot of people used to run on a lot of openers like Conquer Lilius, which I mentioned earlier. And the team is a lot of dark units. You can see Closer Charles is going to have evasion buff plus the Rampage on top of that. And then these 2 units just hit very hard. And then, oh man, the speed up on top of the Rampage buff, with the speed plus her inherent speed buff herself, she was going to go crazy. Interesting lineup. Peira opens, I'm assuming Closer Charles next. Boosts up the, yeah, you guys know the drill. We'll watch the showcase at the end. The passive here, she has a built-in 369, 11, excuse me, It should be 15, right? Wait, what is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? Yeah, 15, so 50% evasion base. And then at the start of the turn, she gets attack up. I don't know how relevant that's going to be. Like I mentioned at the start, there are probably a lot of different ways to build her, but I assume the stock standard, the normal will be to build her like a Conqueror Lilius opener. So she won't really be doing too much damage herself for most builds, but hopefully she'll have a lot of different archetypes. Maybe she can work as a higher damage dealer, maybe slower on artifacts like, you know, not Border Coin, but maybe something like Lua's artifact. Sweet Miracle, so they can build her a little bit slower, shrug off debuffs, and then boost maybe a slower standard or even turn 2 team. That's probably what I'll be testing out. But of course, if you have some speed gear, I think the most obvious is to just get her going first. Stacks up to 5 times, so, you know, I think there could be an option to make her do damage. And then at the end of the turn, increases combat readiness of our allies. That one is also very good too. And it is just 10%. I think people were wondering on the stove post how much that's going to be. But 10% combat readiness, which is still significant. Especially, you know, bridging into your next character after Peira. But let's go and check out the passive here. I'm assuming it's just going to be like a little CR proc, and then they'll show like the evasion buff. Oh, they didn't even show any. Okay, no wonder. This video is very short compared to a lot of their videos. All right, so no little cutscene there. We're going to go straight into the skill 1, which is called Bash. Now look at this one, guys. Attacks the enemy with a 60%, and that's going to be 15, so 75% chance. The defense break is only 1 turn. However, if you soul burn for 10 souls, that is an AoE defense break, right? You do have an extra turn. You could do skill 3, skill 1, AoE defense break, and then this will also scale proportional to the caster's attack. And remember, she has attack stat padding on the passive too. We'll see how relevant that is. But just in general, right? Her kit, very self-explanatory. All the powers kind of caked into that skill 3. Her skill 1 is very relevant too. And then skill 2 gives her that survivability, CR push for the team, and maybe some damage if you want to build her on like a damage build. But yeah, I think that's pretty straightforward. Let's go ahead and start analyzing. We'll watch the animation here, then we'll look at her lobby animation, then just analyze and break down the showcase real quick. But I think we all kind of, if you did read that stove post, if you watched my other video, we kind of knew what to expect. I think this unit is going to be very strong. Maybe not as strong as a lot of people are predicting. I already saw some calls for nerfs and things like that. I've been saying maybe, you know, since Smilegate doesn't nerf, they don't ever nerf, guys, if you're new to the game. It's been very rare in the past. Once at like the start of the game, once with like units like Fire Hua Young. But in general, their stance is to not nerf any units. So if they do indeed make her too powerful on release, you're just going to have to live with that until they release a counter, right? So I understand people asking. But I do think, you know, let's just let it rock here. 2025, year 7 of Epic 7, whatever. She looks great. Let's watch this animation. So we're soul burning. We are going to get the AoE. She has that wrench, and then she jumps on her bike. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately, though, not a great showcase because we have a Tywin, we have an immune unit here. This unit cannot be debuffed, and then this unit dodges. So in terms of their showcase, Smilegate, they can't really show off the AoE defense break here. Let's see the damage at least. Also not very impressive too. 4,800 on Tywin, but yeah, that soul burn was pretty useless. Unless I'm missing something there. Here we go though with the skill 3. I think they're just actually wrapping up the showcase. Let's see the lobby animation here. What is that, like a miniature bike and she's fixing it? Really cool lobby animation as well. All right, well, let's watch the combat demo, guys, and start wrapping this up. So the team, they're rocking 11k Lone Wolf Peira that doesn't really do too much damage, but she is faster than Sea Phantom Politis here. So this is, like I was saying, probably going to be the most standard build that people at least try in the beginning. Build her exactly like a Conqueror Lily, is very fast, and use her as mostly just a buffer enabler for the team. If you see here, right, the Sea Phantom is going next. However, with our skill 2, I believe it's on the skill 2, the 10% combat readiness at the end of our turn. So we go skill 3, extra turn, look at that. We get a 10% CR boost for the Closer Charles. We do soul burn this here, which I think is a waste. We actually didn't even proc the Tywin, so good thing we didn't give him his self buff. But we actually get another combat readiness boost, right? Because one at the end of the first skill 3, then we get the extra turn, which gives us another 10% CR push here right after the skill 1. AoE or not, doesn't matter, right? Just ending her turn. So that leads straight into Closer Charles. And if you can see here, the next unit, I believe Shu is also ready to go. Closer Charles, though, activates. And he's going to have that evasion buff plus the rampage, so he's going to be very hard to kill. Decent damage straight into the Shu. Also look at Charles' CR now with a quick strike. Shu S3 doing good damage. It does proc the Hua Young, but with everybody evasion up, I'm assuming the reason they're going to show the showcase, right, is it's going to miss on somebody. Who's this going into? Yeah, it goes into the Shu and it misses. Unless the Shu artifact has something with evasion, though, I believe that's only 20%. So a little bit lucky there. But since it's a dark unit, Shu probably wasn't going to die anyways, even on a giga damage Hua Young. But here we go, straight into the top model. Lulika, skill 3. Say bye-bye to this Sea Phantom. Big damage. And then back to Closer Charles with a Swift Strike. Back into the Shu. Now she has speed up. She's going to be taking so many turns. Looks like we're focusing down the Hua Young. Shu here. We're soul burning. Okay, we're actually going to go into this, I guess, because we have so many units following up. We can just chip her down. Put some damage in the flan while we can. Ooh, look at here. Yeah, just more chip damage in the flan. She's almost about to die. Peira goes in, does get a little duel. I don't even know if she needed that. But more CR push. Swift strike from the other turns. I think that already ended. However, this is the end of her turn, right? You just take so many turns with this squad. And then the defensives, too. I don't even know what the most optimal team will be, guys. I can't wait to see what people cook up. I want to try things, obviously, like Remnant Violet's going to be so fun. Assassin Cartusia. Did you guys pull? Let me know in the comments if y'all pulled Dark Aiden. If anyone tries to cook up some Dark Aiden teams, let me know because I don't have her. But yeah, I think there's a lot of possibilities. And I also want to try, like I was saying, not like a super slow build, but not, contesting. Give her some more health. Maybe try some damage, since she does have, like, the longer the match goes, right? Her skill 2, we'll go back to her real quick. We can stack up some attacks, so maybe we can make her more of a damage dealer herself. And then with Sweet Miracle, we don't mind going second and then boosting up maybe some slower standard line dark units. Not necessarily these. I think Shu would still be fine, but maybe, yeah, like I was saying, units like Remnant Violet, things like that, but could be really fun. I can't wait. She looks amazing, so I was going to pull regardless. And, guys, I would recommend, if you've been waiting, if you've been saving up Mystics, good luck. I would definitely try to pull for her. On paper, she seems very, very strong, and regardless, very fun, and most importantly, looks very good. All right. Well, stop by the live streams this week. We'll pull for her. Wish me luck, because I don't have 10,000 Mystics to guarantee the pity. But hopefully this time we get a little lucky. It hasn't been looking too hot. Thank you so much, guys. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.